Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. So, what's been cooking? Hopefully everyone's feeling the Saitama love. We're going to have a look at how Saitama's really been performing over the last week, and sort of my opinions and predictions on where I kind of see Saitama price levels head in the near future. I mean, when we say near future, we're talking, a couple of weeks, maybe a month, 2 months ahead. You can't really forecast that far ahead, especially in crypto. It's just so unpredictable and volatile. It's just not worth predicting. But anyways, so last week I mentioned that with the Saitama price level, we were going to see the price fall into this purple box, which is my fib levels of the 618 retracement level. So it's the 618, and let me just clear this up a bit because it looks a bit messy. Let's clear that up there. So yeah, so it's the 6187 levels, and we can draw them again for you guys to kind of have a look and see how this sort of works. But if I go to my fib, grab it from say down here, which is the lowest, take it up to the highest. We won't capture that little bit there. To maybe there, that's just a bit too far up. Maybe it's about there to this little support resistance level up here, I should say. Around about there. Okay, so the little purple box is my sort of level. So the 618 is just above the purple box. Just move it up. Depends where you draw it. It's not always going to be 100% accurate, but it's more or less. And so yeah, I predicted that we were going to fall into this purple box, which is the 618 level, 786 level, in between these two levels here. It did just that, as I predicted last few weeks. So we've kind of seen it now ranging, as I said in my previous video, that it would sort of range and consolidate between this purple box potentially for a number of days, weeks, until some sort of major event happens on Saitama. And psychologically, I think what people are doing is they're holding onto their bags, waiting to see what happens with Saitamask, and waiting to see what happens with the CerTech audit. I understand the CerTech audit has been updated to show in progress, and I know there's been some release on Twitter from CerTech just to say, it's in progress basically, but nothing substantial has come from that. So you can't really speculate anything at this point. But I mean, we are speculating that audit is going to be given the green light. Will it change the price level if it's approved? I personally don't think it will. I think you won't see much movement at all. And I think it probably just keep going sideways until we see some definitive results from Saitamask. When we see the Saitamask, I think is when that may move the price level a smidgen. Again, though, are we going to see? We're not going to see anything like this. I don't think so anyways. I mean, a lot of people are probably expecting this to just, Saitamask comes out and it's gonna do that. I don't think it will. I think we're going to continue to do this, maybe slightly recovering here, seeing as Bitcoin has recovered slightly today. We might see a slight upward trajectory, but we are still in this consolidation phase at the moment. And I think until Saitamask comes out, as I said before, we won't really see anything sort of move or dictate which way we're going to be heading up or down. I mean, this level here could already have Saitamask baked into that price level, which is what happens a lot in these crypto projects. People will buy into it, speculate that the price is going to go up. People will continue to buy into it, and that speculation continues. And the price that it's currently at could already have that price, including the speculation, built into it. So, I mean, a lot of people are asking the question, is it going to pump once Saitamask comes out? I personally don't think it is. I think we may see a small movement, but nothing that's going to be dramatic. And I think that will only be short-term lived as well. So, Saitamask comes out, you might see this bounce out from the 618786 levels down here. We've got a nice, we're kind of building a nice support level down here on the 786. So we may see a bounce, and then bouncing off this resistance here. If you can't push past that resistance, then I'd kind of assume we head back down to this level here again. And if no more additional catalysts come out, you could see this dip back down again below this 786, back down to like 1, and end up down here somewhere at that price level of 29983, around there somewhere. Providing that there's no other sort of news that comes out, I can't see this pushing anywhere near what people are assuming it's going to push to. Long-term trajectory or long-term targets for me are this up here. These are, if we look at Elliott wave theory predictions, we could look at hitting these two prices up here, but this isn't until we get some really good traction on Saitamask and some really good adoption using the new platform and the new app, and really we see some sort of heavy transactions on the network go through for Saitama. But current conditions, I mean, yeah, we're just ranging sideways now. We are literally just ranging sideways. Volume's pretty much dead. No one's buying or selling. Well, when I say no one's buying or selling, there's not much buying or selling going on at the moment. We can just kind of raise that a bit to have a look. I mean, the volume's really, really quite low. Hasn't really moved much. And if we are looking at the RSI levels, the RSI level is currently sitting on the 4-hourly. We are at 43-ish, 44-ish. So we're still within the range of, I guess, average price, average RSI level, I should say. Good buying levels was down here. That was a good buying level where it dropped below the average. There's a good buying chance there. We've now back into what I would probably say is an average RSI. If we see it fall below again, then probably another good entry point coming up. But for the time being, it's not oversold or undersold. We're just kind of sitting on an average RSI, so pretty flat for the moment, guys. And yeah, just thought I'd give you all a quick update on how Saitama price level and sort of what sort of predictions we could be looking at, how that sort of looks. On a daily though, if we switch to a daily chart, I mean, we're still up a huge